Imagine this. You wake up one morning and look out at the sky. But something's different. The moon, that familiar glowing orb, isn't there. Instead, each planet in our solar system has replaced it: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and all the rest. Each planet hangs above us, casting their light across Earth's surface, and each one brings with it its own unique set of challenges, changes, and wonders. How would our world be different if one of these giant planets became Earth's moon? Let's explore this cosmic what if, and find out what would happen if the planets replaced the moon. Our moon plays a critical role in life on Earth, affecting everything from our tides to the length of our days. But what if things were different? What if the moon was replaced by another planet? How would our world change if we had the gravitational pull of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, or even Saturn orbiting us instead? Each planet has its own size, gravity, and features, so their presence would have drastically different effects on Earth and our lives. The moon might seem like a steady companion, but these planets would bring a completely different dynamic to our night skies and our planet's behavior. Let's start with the smallest planet in the solar system, Mercury. If Mercury replaced the moon, we'd see it as a small, intense companion in the sky. Mercury is only about 38% the size of Earth's moon, so it would appear much smaller in the sky, but its proximity to Earth would still have an impact. Mercury orbits the Sun at just 57.9 million kilometers. That's only about 1/3 of the distance from Earth to the moon. If Mercury were our moon, it would orbit incredibly close to Earth. The tides it would generate would be incredibly extreme, with powerful oceanic surges and rapid changes in the sea level. The moon already plays a major role in the daily ebb and flow of tides, but Mercury would magnify this effect. The gravitational pull would be so strong that Earth's rotation could be severely affected, likely speeding up the day and creating a much shorter year. Mercury's extreme heat could also have dangerous effects on Earth's atmosphere, especially because it has almost no atmosphere of its own to shield us from the sun's radiation. The sky would also be more chaotic, with Mercury's rocky, cratered surface looming close by. Without a thick atmosphere, it would be a stark and barren presence, one that could increase the temperature in Earth's atmosphere due to its close proximity. Now, let's imagine if Venus, our sister planet, replaced the moon. Venus is only slightly smaller than Earth, and it is often called Earth's twin due to their similar size and composition. However, its surface temperature is hot enough to melt lead, reaching nearly 460 degrees Celsius, 860 degrees Fahrenheit. If Venus became Earth's moon, we'd likely face some harsh conditions. First, Venus would appear far larger in the sky, roughly 3 times the size of the moon, and that's just for starters. Because Venus is much closer to Earth than the moon, the gravitational effects would be extraordinarily intense, possibly creating much stronger tidal forces than we currently experience. Tides would become much more extreme, causing flooding and erosion in coastal areas, especially in low-lying regions. The heat from Venus would also create unstable atmospheric conditions. Venus's thick atmosphere, primarily composed of carbon dioxide, traps heat in a runaway greenhouse effect. This could trigger temperature spikes on Earth, pushing us closer to a Venus-like climate. With the intense heat and the closer proximity of Venus, Earth could be at risk of entering an extreme global warming state. At night, Venus would cast a yellow-orange glow on Earth, creating a constant, eerie twilight. Its thick cloud cover and volcanic features would be visible with the right telescope, making for a surreal, almost alien-like presence in our sky. What if Mars replaced the moon? Mars is not only our next-door neighbor but also a place we've dreamed of sending humans to for generations. It's the 4th planet from the Sun and about half the size of Earth's moon, so it would appear a bit smaller in the sky. Despite its smaller size, Mars would still create strong gravitational effects, and it could influence Earth's tides, though not as dramatically as Venus or Mercury. However, the real changes would be seen in the appearance of the sky and the atmospheric effects. Mars has a distinctive red hue due to iron oxide, rust, on its surface. If it replaced the Moon, it would create a striking red glow every night, especially during certain phases. The sight of Mars as Earth's moon would be breathtaking, but it would also likely have a massive impact on Earth's atmosphere. Its gravity could create more unstable climates, and its distance, about 227.9 million kilometers from Earth, would still allow for considerable changes in Earth's rotation. In the long run, Mars' proximity could also lead to gravitational disturbances between the two planets, potentially destabilizing their orbits. Mars is also home to large volcanic regions like Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in the solar system. If it had a greater influence on Earth, we might see volcanic activity increase and even more shifting of tectonic plates. Next up, let's consider Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system. If Jupiter somehow replaced our Moon, we would feel its effects immediately. Jupiter is over 11 times the size of Earth, and its gravity is 2.5 times stronger than Earth's. If it orbited Earth like the Moon, the gravitational forces would be massive. Earth's tides would be nothing short of cataclysmic, possibly tsunami-like waves across the entire globe. But the tidal effects would be just the beginning. Jupiter's enormous size and gravity would likely pull at Earth's own gravity, affecting our axial tilt and possibly even making it unstable over time. This could dramatically alter seasons and create extreme weather patterns, pushing Earth into periods of intense heat or ice ages. Visually, Jupiter would look huge in the sky, hundreds of times larger than the Moon. The Great Red Spot, Jupiter's massive storm system, could be seen with the naked eye, dominating our night sky. The sheer power and size of Jupiter would feel overwhelming, and its influence on Earth would likely reshape our climate, environment, and even our position in the solar system. Imagine if Saturn replaced the Moon. Saturn's iconic rings would be the most striking feature of the night sky. Its rings are made of ice and rock particles that reflect sunlight, and they would cast a beautiful, shimmering glow across Earth. These rings would likely appear much brighter and larger than the Moon itself, creating a surreal, dreamlike atmosphere at night. But the beauty of Saturn would come with its gravitational forces. Saturn is the second largest planet in the solar system, and its gravity is about 1.1 times stronger than Earth's. If Saturn orbited Earth, the tides would be massively enhanced, causing extreme shifts in ocean levels, especially at the equator. It could cause massive changes in the Earth's orbital dynamics over time, potentially altering the climate and shifting the balance of ecosystems. Despite Saturn's beauty, life on Earth would likely struggle to adapt to such a massive influence. The extreme tidal forces, the altered seasons, and the changes in Earth's orbit could make the planet less stable. Having any of these giant planets replace our Moon would have profound effects on Earth. While some planets would be awe-inspiring, like the glistening rings of Saturn or the red glow of Mars, the practical consequences would be dangerous. The sheer gravitational pull would affect everything from our weather patterns to tectonic activity to the stability of our seasons. Our delicate balance of nature could be severely disrupted. Yet, in many ways, these changes would also be awe-inspiring. The sight of Jupiter's immense storms in our sky or Saturn's rings shimmering down on Earth would change the way we view the cosmos. And the opportunity to explore these new realities would push humanity into a new chapter of exploration. If any of these planets were to replace the Moon, Earth's environment, seasons, weather, and even our daily lives would be completely transformed. Some changes would be terrifying: extreme tides, unstable climates, and shifting planetary positions. But there would also be moments of wonder, amazing views, a sky filled with beauty, and a whole new perspective on the universe. For now, our Moon remains our quiet, steady companion, but it's fun to imagine what it would be like if the planets took its place. If you had to pick one planet to replace the Moon, Which would you choose, and what do you think Earth would look like? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-bending what ifs of our universe.